Imagine standing on the edge of failure with the world watching, billions at stake, and your vision hanging by a thread. That was Elon Musk in the late 2000s. Tesla, the company he poured his life savings into, was on the brink of collapse. What followed wasn't just a story of innovation. It was a high-stakes roller coaster of risk, grit, and near catastrophe. Today, we're diving into the untold story of how Elon Musk nearly lost Tesla and what it really took to keep the dream alive. The vision and the gamble. Elon Musk didn't start Tesla. The company was founded in 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. But by 2004, Elon joined as an early investor and chairman of the board. Unlike other investors who were cautious, Elon saw something bigger, a future where electric cars weren't just a niche product, they were the future of transportation. He wasn't just investing money, he was investing his reputation, his credibility, and eventually most of his personal fortune. By 2008, after Tesla had launched the Roadster, Elon had poured in over $55 million of his own money. But the Roadster wasn't selling fast enough. Production was plagued with delays, and investors were growing impatient. Here's the kicker. At the same time, Elon had invested heavily in SpaceX, which had also hit critical failure points. Imagine having $2 billion dreams teetering on the edge at the exact same time. The stress, the pressure, the public scrutiny, it was intense. Musk later described this period as the darkest time in his life. Financial nightmare. By 2008, Tesla was running dangerously low on cash. The company had burned through hundreds of millions of dollars and was struggling to keep the doors open. Production delays on the Roadster were mounting, and the Model S, which Elon hoped would revolutionize electric vehicles, hadn't even reached the drawing board stage yet. Investors were panicking. Some were threatening to pull their funding, and employees began questioning whether Tesla could survive. The media, which once celebrated Musk as a visionary, now questioned whether he had bitten off more than he could chew. Headlines like, "Is Tesla doomed?" and Elon Musk's risky gamble dominated tech and business news. Elon knew he had to make impossible choices. He had to decide whether to continue throwing his personal fortune into a company on the verge of bankruptcy or step back and risk losing everything he had worked for. And to make matters worse, the global financial crisis of 2008 hit. Credit markets froze, venture capital dried up, and every company dependent on investor funding faced uncertainty. Tesla wasn't just facing internal struggles. The entire world economy was collapsing around it. The fateful meetings. Elon took drastic action. He flew across the country to meet with potential investors, pitching Tesla as not just a car company, but a revolutionary energy and technology company. He made his case with the kind of intensity he's now famous for: burning passion, relentless detail, and an unshakable belief that the world needed electric cars. One critical meeting was with Daimler, the German automaker. Tesla was negotiating a strategic partnership, hoping to secure the funding needed to keep the company alive. Musk worked tirelessly on the presentations, meeting after meeting, arguing that Tesla could not only survive but disrupt the auto industry. He leveraged his own reputation as a visionary entrepreneur to convince investors that Tesla wasn't just another Silicon Valley startup. It was the future. But it wasn't enough. Despite Musk's efforts, the negotiations were tense. Daimler was cautious, wary of Tesla's financial instability and technical risks. The clock was ticking, and every day brought Tesla closer to bankruptcy. Elon's personal sacrifice. Here's where the human story hits hardest. Elon Musk, who is often portrayed as a billionaire with limitless resources, was running out of money. He had sold almost everything he owned: his houses, cars, and even a majority of his stock in other ventures. He famously slept on the Tesla factory floor at night, worked 120-hour weeks, and ate little more than microwave meals. His personal life suffered too. Relationships strained under the pressure, and the weight of potential failure loomed over him constantly. Every investor meeting, every production setback, every negative headline wasn't just a professional challenge. It was deeply personal. Musk wasn't just fighting for Tesla. He was fighting for his dream, his identity, and his vision for the future. The brink of collapse. By late 2008, Tesla was literally 1 month away from running out of cash. The Roadster, while groundbreaking, wasn't selling fast enough to keep the company afloat. Suppliers were nervous, employees worried about payroll, and Musk faced the terrifying possibility that Tesla could simply vanish, along with every ounce of his personal fortune. Every phone call, every email, every board meeting was a high-stakes gamble. The company needed at least $40 million to survive, and time was slipping away. Musk recalls lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if all of his sacrifices, years of work, millions of dollars, and sleepless nights were about to be erased. Then came the fateful moment. Tesla needed to secure a major bridge loan to cover expenses. Musk personally negotiated with banks and investors, often threatening to walk away and take the company with him. He leveraged every ounce of credibility he had built over the years and pushed harder than anyone thought possible. SpaceX and the pressure multiplier. At the same time, Musk's other company, SpaceX, had just suffered a failed launch. Investors at SpaceX were questioning his leadership, and the media had begun painting him as overextended and reckless. If either Tesla or SpaceX failed, it would damage the other. Musk has said in interviews that the stress during this period was so intense that he experienced constant anxiety and exhaustion. Imagine having billions in assets on the line, watching employees' futures hang in the balance, and knowing that one misstep could end it all. But Musk did something few could. He compartmentalized the fear, turned pressure into focus, and committed to making decisions that others couldn't stomach. The last-minute rescue. The turning point came when Tesla struck a deal with a group of private investors. Musk had to commit an additional $20 million of his own money just to seal the agreement. Friends and family warned him that this could be financial suicide, but he pressed on, believing that Tesla's mission was bigger than the risk. In early 2009, Tesla received a lifeline, a loan from the U.S. Department of Energy. This $465 million low-interest loan, part of the government's stimulus for green energy projects, was crucial. Musk's relentless drive to secure private investment, coupled with this government backing, finally gave Tesla the runway it needed to survive. Overcoming production nightmares. Even after the financial rescue, Tesla wasn't out of the woods. Manufacturing the Roadster, and more importantly preparing for the Model S, presented huge technical challenges. The company faced delays, unexpected costs, and quality control issues. Musk personally oversaw production, often identifying problems that engineers missed. He slept on factory floors, worked 18-hour days, and even helped troubleshoot assembly line issues directly. It wasn't just leadership. It was an obsession with detail and a refusal to let the company fail. Employees recall the atmosphere as chaotic, tense, but also inspiring. They knew failure was not an option, and Musk's presence was both terrifying and motivating. The turning tide. By 2010, the Model S was finally ready. Early reviews called it revolutionary, praising its range, design, and performance. Tesla went public in June 2010, raising $226 million. The IPO was a massive validation, not just for Tesla, but for Musk's vision. What makes this story remarkable isn't the success itself. It's how close Tesla came to disappearing entirely. Without Musk's personal risk, unrelenting drive, and ability to convince investors and the government to back the company at critical moments, Tesla might have ended as a footnote in automotive history. Lessons from the brink. The untold story of Tesla's near collapse teaches us something profound about risk, perseverance, and leadership. Elon Musk's journey wasn't just about having a bold vision. It was about standing at the edge of failure, facing seemingly impossible odds, and refusing to give up. He gambled everything: his money, his health, his reputation, and bet on a future that few believed in. And while critics continue to question Musk's methods, there's no denying the impact of his relentless pursuit. Tesla today isn't just a car company, it's a symbol of what happens when vision, risk, and obsession collide. So next time you see a Tesla on the road, remember, it's not just a car, It's the product of sheer determination, last-minute rescues, and one man's refusal to let a dream die.